It's a cult of hate. It's fucked up. It's a cult of hate against me. And I'm not going to put up with that shit. Wow. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 20th of August, ladies and gentlemen, is or was to be a co-marathon. All right? The other half of what the marathon was to be, and there was absolutely nothing whatsoever hindering the marathon from being this until just a couple days ago. So allow me to explain. Many months ago, you guys were urging me to try to do new stuff with my content. And I said, well, what kind of stuff would you guys like to see? And one of the ideas you guys came up with was, why don't you react to stuff? And I was very resistant. I really feel React content is like the bottom of the barrel. But I said, maybe if I do React content of my own, I can do it a little bit differently, how everyone else does it, add something more to it that I feel is creative and actually worth it. So rather than me making funny faces and laughing to try to make a quick paycheck, actually adding insight and frames of reference and additional information, maybe it could actually be fun. I experimented with different things over the past several months, including reacting to documentaries such as the one on Wings of Redemption, the Down the Rabbit Hole video about myself, the John and Howard's video that basically was meant to destroy me from 2015. I also reacted to another YouTube channel, Rob Gavigan, where we went through all kinds of macabre videos and countdowns. I also reacted to a bunch of the announcement videos and streams from back in June, you know, kind of the Summer Games Fest stuff. So I've been doing a lot of different styles of React content, right, over the last several months, all of which you guys seem to like. Some more than others. I think you like things that are more like documentary style better than other things. And the reason I say that is when I'm talking about Wings of Redemption or myself, I can add more to it, as opposed to me just watching something that I don't know anything about. Nah, I can't really add that much reference, but I did my best, right? So anyway, the whole idea was that we were going to keep doing these monthly reward goals, and one of them was, well, we hit a members goal. You guys can kind of vote on what you want, and there were different ideas. Well, the idea that won was that I was going to go back and react to the original This Is How You Don't Play video, which is about my original run over 10 years ago of Metal Gear Solid 2 HD, okay? So what I need to do now is give you some frame of reference about this playthrough, what happened as a result of it, and how this came about. Over 10 years ago, I was a much different kind of content creator. I was not serious about content creation. I didn't take it seriously, even though it definitely was my job at that point. I basically was a guy who completely dicked around constantly. I would totally rip apart games just for the sake of ripping them apart. I would make fun of game developers and insult them. That was my shtick. It was a running shtick on the internet. Everyone knew it. I never publicly said that because I wanted people to kind of be along with the joke, and some people got it and some didn't, okay? I always did this in every playthrough I ever did and never got any flack or problems with it. But all of a sudden, when I decided to buy the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which included Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 on the PlayStation 3, it's like everything changed. All of a sudden, because I decided to do the exact same kind of commentary and gameplay in Metal Gear Solid as opposed to all the other games I had played up to that point. And keep in mind, I've been a content creator in 2008, and I didn't play Metal Gear Solid 2 till, what, 2011? Or was it even 2012? I'm not exactly sure at this point anymore. But, I mean, we're talking 3 or 4 years of content that never there was a problem until I touched the Metal Gear franchise. Then it's like, all of a sudden, oh my God, God forbid Phil say a negative thing about Metal Gear or suck playing Metal Gear or insult our idol Hideo Kojima. Now here's the thing. At first, I was very, very destructive towards Hideo Kojima as a joke. It wasn't meant to be serious. I used to do this with all kinds of game developers back in the day. Again, it was part of the shtick. Some people got it, some people didn't. But the people who got it liked the joke and it kept it running, and it ended up being one of the things that was popular about my content. But when I did it to Kojima, it was like all of a sudden everyone took it seriously and were so butthurt about it, okay? The thing is, I respect Hideo Kojima, and over the years that I've played much more of his content, including not only the original Metal Gear trilogy, but then 4 and 5 as a new release, and then playing Death Stranding and all this, I completely respect the guy. I love actually reading his tweets on Twitter with some insightful stuff. He's actually a big fan of pop culture, kind of like I was at one point, watching movies and things. I actually like his insights on stuff, and I'm very interested in him as a creator. The switch. How do you punch the fucking switch? I'm so tired of this shit. Kojima's a fucking cocksucker. If I ever find him, I'm gonna kick him straight in his fucking balls. I'm serious, man. What an asshole. Look, what punch? How do you punch the button? How? Explain. I'm not a fucking genius. What a low-life piece of shit Kojima is, really. I mean that sincerely, too. I do. Well, that's right, because Kojima's a fucking cocksucker. I said it. He's a fag. Hateful slurs in violation of Section 4.2.7 Appropriate Conduct Agreement. What the fuck are you fucking talking about, you lame-brained pieces of dumb fucking shit? Hateful slurs. Hateful slurs. I can't wait to play whatever his next game is, which we don't know yet. I can't wait to get more information about it. Okay? Thank you very much for the tip. I will shout that out, as I said, at the end of the show. And so, if you actually watch my content, you would know that. But these people just decided that they just wanted to shit on me and hate on me. And basically, a lot of people were making fun of me for the Metal Gear Solid playthrough, but it never really amounted to anything. But then, something happened that changed everything. Something that, whether inadvertently or purposefully, actually started to change public opinion against me as a content creator on the internet. Okay? So, I had a fan. What I need to do is I need to give you some perspective and some history so you understand what's going on right now. Okay? I had a fan by the name of EvilAJ. This guy apparently was a fan of my content, used to watch my videos, comment on them. And then at one point, he left a comment that got him banned from my comment section on DSP Gaming. What was the comment? I have no idea. I've heard rumors that it had something to do with my ex, or it might have had something to do with insulting. I have just no clue. I mean, we're talking over a decade ago. How the frick would I remember a single comment, right, in the comments of my videos? I don't know. But apparently this guy got banned from being able to comment on my videos. And he got so butthurt about it. It wasn't like, oh, darn, he's a jerk. He's like, I got to do something drastic to try to rage back against the fact that Phil would ban me from his comments section. So what did he do? He sat down and he watched the entirety of my Metal Gear Solid 2 playthrough, which is hours and hours of content, okay? He painstakingly pieced together the pieces that he felt that I was inept in the playthrough, which is probably the vast majority of it. At that point, I had never played Metal Gear Solid at all. This was my actual first major playing of the game. I had played Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1 back in the 90s, hated it, and stopped playing it within 3 hours. I never played it again. So this was the first time I actually committed to actually trying to play a Metal Gear Solid game. Now, for any of us out there who've played these games before, I think we can admit the game is definitely a little weird when it comes to control scheme, when it comes to how it operates, and that's fine. You definitely, if you dedicate the time to it, you can learn the controls, and they're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them. But that's not my shtick. My shtick is play a game. If anything isn't intuitive, immediately rip it apart. Immediately insult the game. Suck at the game and blame the game devs. That was my running joke. So I did that with Metal Gear Solid 2. EvilAJ took every clip of that and edited it into basically a 1 hour long montage. What he then did was he searched my video comments on these videos of my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 2 HD to find the most scathing ones. Whether it was just simply criticizing the fact that I suck at the game, maybe it was an outright insult, whatever it may be. And he superimposed what he felt the best comments were, exposing me for being a terrible gamer over the video. So this 1 hour montage of the worst moments of my playthrough with the comments superimposed became known as This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. Now, there's a lot of rumors around this that when it released, it got tons and tons of views and tons of viral popularity on YouTube, but then got taken down. Now, I've already spoken about this in my Down the Rabbit Hole commentary. That's a video that talked about my history over the years. I will 100% again reiterate this. I had nothing to do with that video getting taken down. I don't know how it got taken down. I don't know if someone lied about who they were. I was partnered with Machinima at the time. Many Machinima had something to do with it. I have absolutely no idea, but I did not do it. But apparently the original version of the video was taken off the internet only to be re-uploaded again and again find traction. Again, mostly, I guess, because a lot of people who were a fan of it were pissed that originally it gotten taken down. And this time it went viral a second time. All right? So, based on the popularity of the original video, EvilAJ said, oh, I'll go ahead and I'll make another one because Phil also played Metal Gear Solid 3. This time around, he extrapolated a little bit about the formula that he was using in his Metal Gear Solid 2 video, refined it a little bit. This one also went viral, okay? So now, with 2 viral videos on the internet, basically making fun of me and my gameplay style, EvilAJ was kind of well known in the circles of people who just didn't like me. What ended up happening was people were inspired, and people took the idea of this is how you don't play, and went ahead and made tons of their own style of videos for pretty much any game I would play. It didn't matter if it was an older playthrough of mine or a brand new one for a new release. It seemed like for a while there, for many years, there was always a this is how you don't play video of my playthrough out on the internet within a few weeks of the end of my official playthrough here on DSP Gaming. And a lot of them got very popular. In fact, there's other people. I'll give a few shout outs here. Everyone knows The Outsider for doing his style of this is how you don't play video. And wasn't it Sebastopol Queen who used to put out ones of like Bloodborne and Dark Souls videos? They got very, very popular, right? Very popular. And I'll give shout outs where credit is due, because what those people did, instead of just copying what EvilAJ did, they did better. They started adding in memes. They started adding in additional content that actually made these really fun, transformative works, in my opinion. While EvilAJ's videos essentially just took a montage of the worst moments and added comments over it, which is kind of arguable if you can really say, is that truly a transformative work when all you did was edited down the running time and put negative pastes on it? Or would it be more if you needed to actually comment over it, add some kind of commentary and criticism that's definitive rather than just what someone else said? Actually adding in these memes and things, making it look different from the original work. So what I would say is, as much as you can argue the original This Is How You Don't Play may be a gray area of whether they were true fair use or not, you can absolutely argue that the later products of This Is How You Don't Play absolutely were. Okay? And again, as much as originally I reacted badly to them, because I will publicly admit to you all I did. When these videos first started coming out, here was my mentality. You got to understand that 10 years ago was a very different time from today. 10 years ago, I was not a live streamer. I was not an interactive live streamer who was reliant on crowdfunding at all. YouTube was a very different place. I was making my entire living on YouTube, meaning every time that I uploaded a video, I was reliant on the ad revenue on that video to make revenue to pay my bills, to have a living. That was it. There was no other crowdfunding, nothing. It was all YouTube. And it was viable to do so back then. I was much bigger on YouTube, and YouTube was paying way more money on advertisements. So you have to think of it this way. Unlike today, where if I do a playthrough and someone rips the videos and does This Is How You Don't Play, what do I give a shit? My fan base watched the original playthrough live on stream and supported it via crowdfunding. Even if maybe a few people don't watch the on-demand playthrough because they watched This Is How You Don't Play, it still gives me free exposure. Some people might come check out my content, and you'd actually hear. There's people probably right now in the stream chat who will raise their hand and admit, yeah, I used to watch negative videos like that about Phil, but it inspired me to come check out the live streams, and now I actually like the content and I support it. And I'm okay with that, because today is different. 10 years ago was way different. 10 years ago, a view taken away from DSP Gaming was literally taking income out of my pocket. You got to understand that. It was a very different time. So, again, someone taking all of my content, making a montage of only the worst moments on purpose to spin it in a negative way, and then superimposing negative pastes of comments over it, which, again, arguably, is that fair use or not? I guess you could say either way, you can have an argument. I was pissed. And I totally reacted in the wrong way. Rather than kind of seeing that potentially this could be a new audience and riding with it, maybe even making my own This Is How You Don't Plays, or at least highlighting those so that maybe people understand I'm not mad about them, I had completely the opposite situation. I was pissed. I was angry. I insulted everyone who would watch those videos, saying that it was theft. I insulted everyone who liked the videos and made the videos. It was bad. It was probably the worst case scenario of how I could have possibly reacted, except if I had tried to take them all down, which I did not. If I was like went on a copyright claiming tirade and tried to claim them all, that would have been the worst case scenario. I did not do that. But from what I said and did, from my reaction, was pretty darn bad. And I can look at that now, over 10 years later, and I can say, oh, I fucked up. Okay, I shouldn't have reacted in that way. So my attitude from that point on was, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it. I know these videos exist, all right? And here's the thing. Even though those videos did get a lot of popularity over the years, typically, not always, my playthroughs would do better. And what I mean by that is if you take all the cumulative views of all the parts of my playthroughs, which in some cases were dozens, if not hundreds of parts, they would make hundreds of thousands of views, as opposed to those videos would get, decent video views. So there were some people who were watching me in my positive light on my channel, while there was kind of also this growing mass of people hate watching over here in the This Is How You Don't Play videos. Now, why am I telling you all this is the history of This Is How You Don't Play? Well, because EvilAJ, the originator of This Is How You Don't Play, after making his original 2 videos, did attempt from time to time to make other negative things about me. I don't specifically know if he ever made another formal This Is How You Don't Play, but he definitely did other things like highlighting me raging in fighting games and things like that. And they never really got much traction compared to his original videos. So, eventually, trying to stay relevant, desperate for relevance because this guy had no relevance outside of the This Is How You Don't Play videos, he tried to do other things over the years, like This Is How You Do Play, a really odd series where he attempted to play the same games that I had played, only claiming to play them better than me, as an E-dick measuring size contest or something. Like, I really don't understand the point. And by the way, those series were not successful. Yes, he would maybe get a few tens of thousands of views here or there. It never took off like the original This Is How You Don't Play videos, and didn't get him any kind of notoriety or popularity like he wanted. Okay? So that being said, over the years, EvilAJ faded into obscurity. Or did he? And the reason I say that is because even though you like to think that maybe he was gone for good and for good riddance, he actually never stopped hate watching me. As you can clearly see, whenever you follow his Twitter feed and you see him making multiple tweets every single day in response to the things that I say and do on my streams, I'm not kidding. It's been over a decade. And this guy, on a daily basis, posts up about me on his Twitter multiple times whenever I'm streaming. It's not an exaggeration. This guy never stopped following me. Even though no one talks about him, no one even addresses, who talks about the original This Is How You Don't Plays anymore. But this guy literally still he's watching this right now. Don't fool yourself. He's watching this shit right now. Okay? He also tried to interject himself into my content over the years, despite the fact that I couldn't give two shits. There's been various different versions of Street Fighter 2 that I've played online over the years, and he's tried to fight me and play me in multiple versions of them, again, in some odd E-dick measuring contest to say that he's a good Street Fighter player and can beat me, which is hilarious because, yes, he has beaten me, although I've beaten him way more than he ever did beat me. And the times that he usually does defeat me, he either uses Blanca or Balrog. He actually makes his internet connection shitty on purpose so that I can't react to the things he does, and he uses online abusable tactics. Allow me to give you an example. When you're fighting Blanca in Street Fighter 2, he's one of the worst characters in the game. He's got some interesting abilities, like when he does a jumping attack with a light punch or light kick, some of the best air-to-air combat in the game. He can beat almost everyone with that move, air-to-air, okay? But all you do is you see him jump and you knock him out of the fucking air with a reversal move. Or you walk forward under him and you hit him from behind. It's very easy to beat Blanca. He's one of the worst characters in Street Fighter 2. But when you're playing online with a bad connection, he almost can become unbeatable. And EvilAJ would actually purposely seek me out in Street Fighter 2 versions, match with me on purpose, turn on his lag switch, and try to get wins on me to measure the size of his E-penis. I just don't understand it. Dude, you had your moment in the sun 10 years ago. You can, for the rest of your life, okay? For the rest of your life, you can say, I am the creator of This Is How You Don't Play, which went on to become this storied series that basically destroyed Phil and his gameplay for a decade, right? Isn't that enough? Like, you understand, you're never, ever going to have that level of anything ever again. You're never going to have that level of notoriety. There's a time when you got to learn to move on. It's kind of hypocritical of me to say that because here I am 10 years later, also making content way less prominent than I used to be. But you know what? I've changed myself for the better. I've become a better person. I've moved on from a lot of the grudges and problems that I used to have and the way I used to behave in my old content. I make a totally different style of content now that's much more small scale, but still I feel as meaningful as what I used to do. And I have a fan base that supports that. You just sit there on Twitter hate watching me all day. You haven't grown or evolved. You're the same fucking nasty, angry dude, so upset that I banned you from comments over a decade ago, and you won't let go. It's fucking sad. It really is. Okay? So why on earth am I even bringing up EvilAJ in 2022 when he has zero pertinence to anything? Okay? I'll tell you why. Because the whole idea of tomorrow's marathon was that you guys wanted to see me react to the original This Is How You Don't Play video, the one that started it all. And I had revealed to you guys, hey guys, guess what? I have never watched it. I've seen excerpts from it. I've watched segments of it. I know what it is, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. So much like me sitting down and watching the Down the Rabbit Hole video about myself or the John and Howard video about myself, this is an opportunity for me to actually finally directly react to that content. And you know what? Much like I did with those other videos, to admit how bad of a gamer I was, how I didn't give two fucks about anything back then, to kind of laugh along with the video and make fun of myself as much as just be exposed to what it was, that phenomenon that exploded over a decade ago on YouTube, right? I think it's going to be absolutely fascinating. No, that's why I thought you guys wanted it. That's what you voted for, right? So here I am thinking this is going to be great. This is going to be absolutely exciting. Here we go. Now, about a week ago, just to be sure that I knew what I was doing, I searched the internet. I found the video. This is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. It's about 57 minutes long. And that kind of surprised me because most of This Is How You Don't Plays after that were much longer. In fact, I think the Metal Gear Solid 3 one's much longer. And then after that, they ended up being 2-3 hours in length moving forward for most people who made them. So for me, the original's only 57 minutes. Oh, shit. And I'm like, damn, that's definitely not going to be enough to fill the entire marathon. My marathons are like 6-7 hours long. So that's when I announced to you guys, okay, we're going to do a co-marathon. Yes, I'll react to that video, but then for the second half, we'll finish the closet cleaning. Okay? So all was well and good. And then what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to get all that set up and be a little bit ready in advance for Saturday. So 2 nights ago, not last night, but the night before, I sat down and I started searching again. I was like, let me set it up. Let me get it ready. So that way I'm good to go and I have stuff ready to go for Saturday. I can't find it. I'm like, where the hell is the video? I know I watched it. I swear I'm not crazy. I just fucking watched it, right? So I go to my view history on YouTube, which you can go look through your video view history. It's gone. I'm like, what? How the fuck would I know it's 57 minutes long if I didn't watch it? This doesn't make any sense. So I'm racking my brain. I'm like, wait a minute. I got an idea. Someone must have posted up about this video at some fucking point. So I just started searching Google in general. And I found a couple of people who had linked to the video from other sources. And when you click on the link, you get a message that pops up. Oh, this video was set to private. Now, when I discovered this, I couldn't believe it. I was like, you've got to be joking me. Let me get this straight. All right? The guy who 10 years ago, okay, argued that everything he did was fair use, right? That anything that you do, oh, you're going to take content from someone else, edit it together, and you're going to comment on it. That's a transformative work. That's completely allowed. That's fair use, right? That's protected by fair use law. You can't come after me for it. It's commentary. It's criticism. It's allowed on the internet. So therefore, you can't do anything about it. You can't copyright claim me for it. You can't come after me legally. It's all allowed. This same guy who for over a decade was allowed to have that video up, and I never went after him for it or anything like that. I said, it can exist. Go right ahead. The moment when I say, okay, it's 10 years later, it's time to admit that back then I was a different guy. I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of dumb content. Let's go back and watch that This Is How You Don't Play that went viral. Let's laugh at how dumb I was and the misfortunes of me playing the game in a bad way. I'm sure I'm going to cringe every time I insulted Kojima. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to basically be kind of the same as any other watcher of that video and laugh along with the making fun of myself. That's what I've been doing with this React content, admitting my faults and basically showing that things have definitely changed in the last decade. Okay? So finally, after 10 years, I decided to change myself and improve myself, which I feel was probably the original intention of those videos to begin with. EvilAJ at one point felt, man, Phil fell off as a content creator. Not only is he putting out shovelware content, it's junk, but now he's being mad at me. He's banning me from comments. How many other fans did he ban? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I kind of get that mindset. I understand maybe why he originally made the video. I'm here 10 years later to observe it and basically acknowledge it. Oh no, well now Phil's gonna, oh fuck that, private the video. Really? Really? After 10 years that I let you have that video on the internet, and I never stopped you from making more, and I let everyone else on the internet make them, the moment that I decide to highlight or do something positive with it, now you make it private? And what's hilarious is I posted up on Twitter, I said, I can't believe this. EvilAJ must be the pettiest person on the internet that he would do that like that. So we'll talk about this on Friday and we'll reassess what we're going to do on Saturday's podcast. I started getting messages from people saying, oh, you have to understand. No. EvilAJ, he's not hiding that video so you can't do your React marathon. He's doing it because he got falsely threatened by someone saying that they were going to hit him with false copyright strikes if he left the video up. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, he left up a ton of other content on his channel that's mine. A ton of other montages of me playing fighting games and shit. That's not down. So unless he privated his entire channel, what the fuck are you talking about? He literally waited for the moment I was going to do this marathon to private the video, and just that one specific video, so that I couldn't go ahead with my marathon as planned. That's the very definition of pettiness. Okay? The very definition of pettiness. Alright? So, I know it's bullshit. The troll defense squad came out to defend the guy. They're so full of crap. Alright? So if you actually want to know what really happened, let's take it from the horse's mouth, shall we? Let's actually see what EvilAJ had to say about the subject. Here's his Twitter account. And just moments after me posting up about that on my Twitter, he basically directly responds in such a manner. He says, I can't even read it. I got old man eyes, excuse me. Nah, bitch, you're an irredeemable piece of shit. I have a few reasons for doing this. Long story short, go fuck yourself. Then he posts again. He says, and for the record, he still hasn't asked me for permission to react to the video. Okay. Great. We got to unpack a few things here before we can actually move on. All right? Okay. So, he basically says he has a few reasons for doing it. Doesn't say what they are. Okay? And says that, oh, you know, you're a bitch. You're an irredeemable piece of shit. And therefore, I'm not going to allow you to watch my video. Okay. I think you've already confirmed what I just said about being petty, right? Like, literally, everyone else on the planet can watch and react to the video until the person who's the subject matter, and then you say, oh, no, you can't do that, right? It's bullshit. It's completely, it's called changing the situation because you don't like me and you have a grudge against me. This has nothing to do with anything that you'd like to spin it as. You still have a grudge against me in 2022 over 10 years after you were banned from commenting on my videos. You've stalked me at every moment. You've tried to interject yourself into my fighting game content. You tried to make This Is How You Do Play series that failed miserably because no one cares about you playing games. You won't let it go. You have an obsession with me that's dangerous, verging on the edge of needing help. You need to move the fuck on from this kind of behavior. It's not healthy. And anyone in your life who cares about you and knew about this at this point should have had an intervention saying, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you hate watching Phil and commenting? Your entire Twitter feed is tweets about Phil. How did no one tell you that's fucked up and messed up and you shouldn't do it? I don't understand. Really, this is just crazy, over the top nonsense and behavior. All right, I'm not joking. Go check this kid's Twitter feed. It's out of control. It's nonsense. It's like, oh my God, seriously, this is the person? Yeah, it's just me. It's me. We're talking about DSPs. Okay, DSP. Oh, a random comment that has nothing to do with DSP. 12 more comments about DSP. Who the fuck talks about this guy or cares about or is reading his Twitter feed? You know? It's nuts. But anyway, I digress. If this doesn't confirm exactly what I'm saying, then I don't know what else will. His own admittance that he's being petty, he still has a grudge against me. He literally waited for the moment where everyone else on the internet could do a react, but if Phil wants to do a react to prove that he's changed or do some kind of fun content, that's not allowed, right? So it's called being unfair, moving the goalposts, whatever you want to say. It's just, it's bullshit. It's the definition of pettiness, okay? Now, on top of all of this, if you're not aware, all right, apparently some people made an effort to re-upload This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2 in the last day or so because they thought that this was kind of messed up that this happened. From what I'm to understand, I don't have any evidence of this, I've been told he's striking people down with copyright claims. It could be wrong, and I'm going to preface this. Maybe it's bullshit. Maybe it's not true. But I heard at least a few people tried re-uploading this, and he's taking it down. Okay? It could be false. I'm just telling you what the hearsay. That's definitely hearsay. All right? So don't take that as fact. All right? But that's what I'm hearing. So not only does he not want me to be able to react it from his original version, he just doesn't want me to react to it at all. It's not just, oh, you're taking it off my channel. It's, you just shouldn't have the right to react to it whatsoever, even though it's about you. Now, I just want you to think about how hilarious of a situation this is. The original This Is How You Don't Play, Metal Gear Solid 2, is about arguably 95% my content, maybe 5% him superimposing the comments from my content over the video. There's no original commentary. There's no superimposed like memes or criticisms. It literally is a really hard argument for a transformative work because it's pretty much almost all of my content. You understand that? Almost all of it, right? And it's hilarious to me that this guy who got away with having this on the internet for 10 years now is trying to say, well, I'm not going to allow you to make your own content out of my content when arguably his content is still mine. You could make that argument. Like I said, future This Is How You Don't Plays, that's a little different, okay? Future This Is How You Don't Plays had so much transformative content in them, I don't think you can argue the original work. You could almost argue This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2 is the original work, just kind of a little bit of abridged, but it's definitely the same shit, just with comments on it. It's not even that big of a creative deal, right? Now, before we move on, because we are going to move on, first of all, let's address this from a legal standpoint, okay? Seriously, let's address this from a legal standpoint in two different ways, okay? I want to react to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2, all right? There's two schools of thought on this. School of thought number one is when you do a react video on YouTube, that's a transformative work and it should be protected and allowed. The other school of thought is it's not. Now, from my understanding, there is legal precedent saying that react videos are transformative works. I'm not even going to consider that. I'm going to consider both sides of the argument. First of all, let's say that, for example, it is considered a transformative work. Then EvilAJ doesn't have a leg to stand on here. Hiding the video is petty as fuck, and trying to strike down other people putting out the video so I can react to it is also petty as fuck. He actually shouldn't have a legal right to do it, because if anyone else had a right to react to it and make their own content, I should too. It's bullshit that he thinks he could pull this, basically. It goes against everything he said over the years about fair use. It really does. Because the thing is, I could have hidden my playthroughs or stricken down his videos, and I never did. But when I'm about to use his content for something, oh, that's not allowed. That's the ultimate hypocrisy right there, completely destroying any kind of an argument that he would have. Okay? Now, let's even take the other side of it. All right? Let's say it was actually illegal to do a react video. Okay? Well, guess what? Your whole fucking channel is illegal. So just shut it down now. Literally all the shit on his channel is either him reacting to me or making fun of me and having my content in it. It's all react content. It should be taken down immediately. So just private your whole fucking channel. If you're going to private, This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2, privatize your entire channel because it's the same shit. So you can't have it both ways, which is what you want. You want to have selective protections of the law and selective use of content for you. But then when someone else wants, oh, that's not allowed because I said so. That's not how the law works. And that's not how YouTube works. Okay? So, when I read those tweets, allow me to share with you my actual live reaction to what I read or what I said. Or let me try this again. Let me show you my actual live reaction, which I recorded when I read that tweet for the very first time. Wait, you're serious? He's serious. Fair enough. Now, you might say, wait a minute. The whole thing is based on the fact that he's claiming that you didn't ask for permission to react to his video. Okay. That's absolutely correct. I never asked EvilAJ for permission to react to his video. First of all, I don't have to. It's already been shown in a court of law that react content is a transformative work and legal to do. You don't need the permission of the content creator to do it. However, I've gone out of my way to actually do that with all the react content that I did this year. When I did Down the Rabbit Hole, I asked Frederick Knudsen. When I did, well, I was going to do a documentary about June the King. It never happened, but I did ask him. Rob Gavigan, I asked him. All that reaction content, I got permission to do before I did it because I felt it was a common courtesy. In the case of the video about Wings of Redemption, I wanted to be sure that what I was reacting to, he didn't deem as harmful or untrue. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't basically joining in on this piling on of hatred towards the guy. And he said, no, go right ahead and do it. Okay? That was me being a nice guy. All right? Now, I have absolutely no legal reason to have to be a nice guy to anyone. And in particular, in the case of EvilAJ, I don't even have to ask him for permission at all. Do you want to know why? Get ready for this one. Drum roll, please. I wish I had a drum roll, but my device broke. Ready? Because he already gave me fucking permission. Right here on his Twitter account in April 23rd of 2022, Orcs or Dorks asked him, hey, you know, if Phil were ever to watch This Is How You Don't Play a Metal Gear Solid, would you be okay with him doing that? To which he responds, oh, you know, flagging that for doing something that would be considered fair use, you know, that's moronic, and I'm not a litigious kind of a guy, so you know what, he's free to do whatever he wants with those videos. Oops! And you can delete the tweet and you can run from the truth, but you fucking said it, you dunce. You already gave me permission to do it. I don't have to ask you for jack diddly shit. Nah! My laugh sounds like ack. So when I laugh and I go, or does that sound like ack? No. It sounds nothing like that at all. Oh my God, it would be funny if it weren't so fucking sad. It would be even more funny, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, during my React Marathon, we're going to be reacting to something different, all right? I'm sorry that I can't go through with originally what I planned on doing, but we're just going to have to react to something completely different. We're going to react to this instead, okay? You know, sometimes when life gives you lemons, you just got to make lemonade. Oh, I wonder what this is. What could this possibly be? I wonder. Well, I guess we'll just have to see tomorrow, right? We'll just have to see what this could possibly be. I don't know what I don't know. We're going to have to react to something interesting. You know? I can't possibly imagine what this could be that we're going to react to tomorrow that someone doesn't have a legal ground to stand on to try to do anything about. All right? So, let's fucking reiterate. EvilAJ outright gave permission for me to react to his This Is How You Don't Plays in April. He can't rescind that once given. It's already done. All right? Legally, I have every leg to stand on because there is legal precedence that React content is protected under fair use law. A judge ruled it as such in a court case. Okay? This guy has absolutely no right whatsoever to try to do anything against me or DSP Gaming if I do a React video. If he does, if he files, a false copyright strike against DSP Gaming when I do this React content, I have the definitive evidence on the internet, even if he deletes the tweet, the Wayback Machine remembers, it's there and you can find it. There's the evidence he gave me the permission to do it. He has absolutely no right to false claim. And here's the kicker to all of this. Get ready for this one, guys. You're really going to enjoy this part. Because he already admitted publicly that I have the right to do it. If he files a false copyright claim against DSP Gaming, he's abusing YouTube's copyright claim system. He's already shown he had prerequisite knowledge that I had permission to use the content. So if he files a claim, he breaks the law. And his YouTube channel will be shut down for abuse of the YouTube copyright system. All right, one more time for good measure. Got him. What a jackass. I mean, seriously. It's just, and the funny part about it is, and I'm totally not making up either. Over the last 24 hours, completely not asking for it, not didn't say I needed any help or whatever. 4 different people contacted me behind the scenes and sent me different versions of This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. And one of them even went to say, I'm a detractor of yours. I don't like you, but I've liked the React content you've done in the last year. It shows a different side of you. And it actually is interesting to see what you think about the hateful content that's been put out about you over the years. We were all looking forward to seeing this, and this jackass pulling this last minute, we actually think EvilAJ is a dumb piece of shit and doesn't belong in this kind of detractor community for this kind of behavior. It's completely hypocritical of him to do it when he lets everyone else do it and now you can't. So here's the video, just do it. So there you go. So ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on Saturday, the show must go on, as they say. It will be DSP reacts to whatever the heck this is. I'm not sure. I will look at it tomorrow and try to figure out what this could possibly be. But anyway, the moment that I pause it and talk over it, the moment that I interject any of my own content into it, it's a transformative work that can't be claimed on YouTube. Oh well. I mean, unless EvilAJ wants to do a false claim and lose his entire YouTube channel and existence on YouTube because I already have the evidence against him that he gave me permission to do it. I mean, go right ahead and see what happens there. As they say, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. All right. So, I hope you guys are excited for tomorrow. All right? I hope so. It should be a good day. It absolutely should be a good day. And I hope that you guys will join me for it tomorrow. It should be a good, fun time. And like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to split the marathon, all right? Half of it is going to be that react, and the other half of it is going to be me cleaning out the rest of my closet, okay? That video, roughly, like I said, its airtime was around 57 minutes. I don't know if this version that I'm watching is 57 minutes or not, but we're going to be reacting to that, and basically it's going to end up being a few hours. It is. It's going to end up being a few hours of content. It's so humid in here. I got to turn on, even though it's not even hot, it's humid. I got to turn on the air conditioner. Yeah. And, yeah, it should be a good time. All around, it should be a really good time. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow. It should be a good event. All right? What's hilarious is someone just said, oh, well, aren't you nervous that the person who's threatening him will threaten? No one's threatening him. He made it up. He didn't even say that, first of all. People made it up. It's bullshit. No one's threatening him. He did it on purpose to be petty. He's an asshole. He always has been. He hasn't grown. In over 10 years, the guy hasn't grown and let go of this grudge against me. He just continues the grudge, even though no one fucking cares, including me. He waits for moments like this to get a moment of popularity. Har, har, har. Big deal. As of now, no one cares about him again. He's fucking doesn't exist. We'll have a fun time with the marathon tomorrow, and we'll move on. Okay? Okay. Quite frankly, I don't really enjoy having to waste entire segments of my show on that, but I absolutely, positively had to show about what was going on here so that you guys understand for tomorrow. All right? Fair enough? Okay. I just received a $1.49 tip. He says, for someone who has problems with you, EvilAJ has an interest in continuing to watch your content and stalk you across the internet. I remember him changing his name in Ultra Street Fighter 2, then continuing to play you in laggy matches like he had, you know. I mean, yeah, this is what I mean. It's not even stalker-ish behavior. It's stalker behavior. Someone who I have no interaction with, don't talk to, don't talk about, unless something like this comes up. And it was kind of like after 10 years, he's like, now's my time to shine. Now's my time to stick it to Phil. It's like, what the fuck? It's been a decade, and you're still at it. You've not done anything with your life in the last decade. You still hate watch every day and tweet every day. It's like, dude, come on. How, again, I can't imagine a friend or family member following this guy on Twitter and not being, hey, guy, can you, like, move on and chill with this shit? Can you stop harassing this online content creator? Like, you understand how unhealthy this is? Like, what is going on? I just don't imagine how that didn't happen. But whatever. Nico did a $1.50 tip. He says, why would you have to ask for permission anyway? The base material is yours to begin with. It's not like AJ has the copyrights to your face. That is absolutely correct. I'll give you another reason here why this is such a ludicrous situation. If I'm going to ask Frederick Knudsen for permission to react to his documentary on Wings of Redemption, 0% of that is about me. Maybe I take that back. There was one mention of me at the beginning of it, right? It's his content. It's his work. It has nothing whatsoever to do with me. As I've already said, in this case, the original This Is How You Don't Play videos, it's really even hard to argue that they're transformative works. All he did was edit down my raw content to a shorter runtime and put a comment or two over it every once in a while. It's not even, like I said, it's not like people seem to confuse the original This Is How You Don't Plays with the ones that came later. The ones that came later have memes in them, have commentary in them, have things that are very different that make that a completely different kind of work than the original. The original This Is How You Don't Plays are barely visible as separate works. They're essentially, oh, here's the worst moments, enjoy. But where's the added commentary besides the comment that's on my video right now that you also took from my content? You see? So, yeah, there's not a leg to stand on. I don't have to ask for permission. He already publicly gave permission. It's legal to do a react no matter what. Like, there's a million things here that say he's 100% wrong and I'm 100% right, and I have the rights to do this. 672 tip $6.72 says, could you imagine dedicating 10 years of your life watching hours of video, editing it together for someone you don't like for 10 whole years? I just don't know, man. Not me. I can't imagine it because, like I said, listen, there's people over the years who I didn't like for various different reasons, all right? Back in the day, I had people who I had grudges against, okay? Yeah, I had people, that I had grudges against for sure that I felt wronged me. Did I hate watch them? Did I hate on them? I mean, hell, just recently, Review Tech USA be doing nasty fucking things on his stream. I have negative consequences as a result of it. I literally said the next day I could sit here and watch negative content about this guy all day. It exists. There's tons of negative, slanderous videos about the guy. I could do the biggest viewed and most supported stream in my history and career by being toxic like these people and sit here and hate watch that shit. I'm not going to do that. That's not me. I don't even understand the value in that. I don't get it. I will never be like that. I'm a different kind of person than that. I was raised Roman Catholic, and to me, that's 100% a fucked up, wrong, morally thing to do. But here's someone who's done it for 10 years and can't stop. I just don't get it. And again, what the real question is, why doesn't someone, when someone's like that, why does someone not interject themselves in the situation and says, it's time to stop. It's time to get help and move on. You got to stop with this shit. This is not good for you. I feel bad in a lot of ways. There's no one to do that. Literally no one to say, what is going on here? Stop this. In a decade.